Horatius Bonar, a Scottish churchman and poet, who wrote the song with the wordings, I quote, "Fading away like the stars of the morning, losing their light in the glorious sun. Thus, we will pass from this earth and its toiling, only remembered by what we have done," unquote.
A day when another legacy is laid in honor of my late father, General Ibrahim Attahiru, the 21st Chief of Army Staff.
General Ibrahim Attahiru was that he lost his mom at a tender age of 2, and his dad passed on when he was 16 years, just as he joined the Nigerian Army. So for most parts of his life, he was an orphan, but that never stopped him from dreaming.
My coursemate is a member of 35th regular course and is popularly known as Citizen.
As part of the Nigerian Army commitment to support children of the fallen heroes, the Army headquarters, through its Department of Army Administration and the Nigerian Army Education Corps, pledged to support the General Ibrahim Attahiru Foundation with the funding of its inaugural scholarship scheme for 50 carefully selected beneficiaries as a mark of respect for the late general. Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tariq Labaja, disclosed this at the launching of the Tertiary Education Scholarship Scheme for the dependents of Nigerian Army personnel by the General Ibrahim Attahiru Foundation.
The launch of the General Ibrahim Attahiru Foundation Tertiary Education Scholarship Scheme today is another commendable initiative that will benefit the Nigerian Army community, which the late generals served well and is his primary constituency. Although the Nigerian Army has an established scholarship scheme for the children of its deceased personnel, collaborating with the General Ibrahim Attahiru Foundation on this noble cause is considered a viable option as it complements our existing effort by covering a gap in our scholarship and welfare schemes. Our existing scholarship scheme focuses on children of deceased personnel only and not those of serving and retired personnel, as is the case with the General Ibrahim Attahiru Foundation being launched today. While Army Headquarters is aware that funding is not a challenge for the General Ibrahim Attahiru Foundation, we have chosen to collaborate with the foundation, and we have carefully selected 50 beneficiaries for this inaugural edition as a mark of respect for the late general. We believe that this gesture will assist the foundation in properly taking off for subsequent scholarship awards. As part of our commitment, the Army Headquarters Department of Army Administration and the Nigerian Army Education Corps will continue to partner with the foundation in identifying, screening, and providing the enabling environment for suitably qualified candidates to benefit from this noble gesture. Because one good turn is said to deserve another, I charge the beneficiaries of this maiden scholarship award to reciprocate this noble gesture by focusing on their studies and staying away from societal ills. The tertiary environment is filled with vices that can derail you and truncate your life aspirations. I challenge you to take this gesture as a challenge to becoming the best in whatever career path you have chosen to follow.
In her remarks, the father of the General Ibrahim Attahiru Foundation and wife of the late Chief of Army Staff, Mrs. Fatih Attahiru, said that the scholarship program would not only sponsor their education, but would also provide mentorship and roommate scholars to think big, overcome their challenges, and hopefully make a difference in the world.
If Lieutenant General Attahiru could do it, you can. So try to make the right choices in life and never give up despite all odds. That resilience, or shall I say, the durability that we Nigerians have is demonstrated in many great leaders who have emerged from very great, humble backgrounds and continue to inspire us because they never gave up. So my dears, our peoples, no grief for anybody. And most importantly, remember that you will never walk alone. God is always with you to guide you and make a way for you. What better way to immortalize Lieutenant General Ibrahim Attahiru than through this scholarship program? Those who knew him, his classmates are here, know him and how he loved to learn. He had so many books about everything you can think of. Military books, he had books on faith and religion, he has books on leadership, architecture, name it and you find it in his library. So this is exactly what he would have done. He was a certified bookworm. Imagine, and the first time he gave me a gift, it was a book. To the entire Lieutenant General Ibrahim Attahiru family, it meant someone, or in this case, 50 of you peoples, could have the opportunity to fulfill your dreams, as this program will not only sponsor your education, but provide mentorship and groom its scholars to think big, overcome their challenges, and hopefully make a difference in the world. It's great that this foundation is starting with our primary constituency, which is the Nigerian Army, through the command secondary schools. It's also great that the scholars will be drawn from 6 geopolitical zones, making sure people benefit strictly on merit, irrespective of gender, ethnicity, or creed.
Dignitaries are the launching of the Tertiary Education Scholarship Scheme for dependents of Nigerian Army personnel by the General Ibrahim Attahiru Foundation are 2 governors from the North Central and the Northeast, former Chief of the Air Staff, former DPOA President, senior officers of the Nigerian Army, now President and members of executives, among others.
Out of profound respect for Mrs. Fatia Abubakar Attahiru, whom I barely met last year. I didn't have the privilege of knowing General Attahiru, but since coming to know Mrs. Attahiru, I found her a woman who has carried herself with honor, with dignity. And for us in the Nigerian Governors Forum, we treasure her. We treasure her. Her passion for development, her passion to make sure that society is better, is unparalleled. And that passion has seen her make very significant inputs into the governance process in many states as she works with the UNDP. For me, it lends credence to the necessity of making sure that our women are well trained, so that in the event that the husband is not there, they do not become stranded. And I think this Attahiru that she has developed herself, she has equipped herself that even in widowhood, she is not a liability but an asset.
Well, I want to congratulate the Lieutenant General Ibrahim Attahiru Foundation and the Nigerian Army for this noble initiative on the launch of the tertiary scholarship for students in tertiary institution. We know the launching of this program marks the beginning of brighter futures for the dependents of our ex-service men, and also the dependents of the serving women also.
On behalf of the national executives and members of the Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, NAOA, I sincerely appreciate our esteemed host for inviting us to be part of this insignificant event. This scholarship program is therefore timely, as it complements the efforts of the Nigerian Army to ensure that the children of serving, retired, and deceased personnel receive quality education and acquire the relevant skill needed to excel in their choosing careers.
The military have shown that the educational and developmental projects within the barracks community to enhance peace building are taken very seriously. It is therefore commendable that Mrs. Attahiru has decided to honor the memory of her late husband in this way. It is my prayer that the souls of Lieutenant General Ibrahim Attahiru and all the fallen heroes of the armed forces will continue to rest in peace.
About 2 years ago, precisely, a year after the unfortunate demise of the former Chief of Army Staff, we gathered to launch the General Ibrahim Attahiru Foundation. The foundation stands as a beacon of hope dedicated to promoting peace, unity, and progress in our beloved country. Through this foundation, we seek to honor his memory by advancing causes that were dear to him and continuing his noble work of nation building.
For this great initiative, giving people opportunity to dream. So we talk about dream. A lot of us got scholarship for free. We didn't pay. We went to public schools, local education authority.
Favor Somtochku from the prestigious Command Secondary School, Suleja. On behalf of the children of the Nigerian Army personnel, we profound our gratitude and appreciation to the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General T.A. Lagbaja, for inviting us to be part of educational scholarship in tertiary institutions for students of Nigerian Army personnel by General Ibrahim Attahiru Foundation in collaboration with Nigerian Army. Sir, the scholarship will give us opportunity to further our education and diversify our knowledge, to express our opinions, ideas, beliefs, gestures, and drive the whole Nigerian Army forward.
I would also like to express our deepest appreciation to the Nigerian Army under the able leadership of Lieutenant General T.A. Labaja, the Chief of Army Staff, for this partnership, which will ensure my father's legacy is immortalized.
Always push yourself to achieve your goal, and finally you will reach there, and all the hard work will pay off. So always be determined, because you were small yesterday and big tomorrow, inshallah. Thank you.
And I would like to thank my grandmom, Mam Kaka, who is at home, and Auntie Maria, Uncle Sheu, and all my uncles and aunties, Auntie Mariam Kulia, Auntie Zina, Auntie Iman Abdul Kader, Auntie Toyi, for being the best aunties in the world. And I really appreciate all of you guys for coming.
The scholarship scheme is an initiative of the family of the late Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Ibrahim Attahiru. Attahiru had died in a plane crash on May 21st, 2021. The scheme is to assist children of serving and veterans of the Nigerian Army in the quest for education. Already, 50 students drawn from the command secondary schools across the 6 geopolitical zones have been offered scholarship at the inauguration of the foundation in Abuja. Olayemi Eson, First by TV.
It is now high time we get back and fight through and support our forces ahead of you. Areas around Marte, Chukungudu, Kerenua, up to Kita will go must be cleared in the next 48 hours. You will be rest assured of all the support required in this very onerous task. I've just spoken to your theater commander, general officer commanding. You cannot let this nation down. You must go there and do the needful, and I'll be right behind you. Having said that, be rest assured of all the support required. I will ensure you do your job and do your job well. They have presented certain issues that came up. Overstay of soldiers, sooner rather than later, we will address. Where there are no adequate A and B vehicles, we will provide. With those few remarks, I wish you well on the operation, and I know the morale remains high. How's the morale? Morale!